of the season. After 2 tough losses, senior linebacker Luke Farmer leads the Pirates into Seminole to battle the Warhawks. Can Boca Ciega get back into the W column, or will the Warhawks sink the Pirate ship? It's Boca Ciega versus Seminole next on Time Warner's Game of the Week.
Ready, go!
Red 3.
Seminole High School, Time Warner's High School Football Game of the Week features the Pirates of Boca Ciega taking on the Warhawks from Seminole. Hello again, everyone. Brian Ungst here, welcoming you to Seminole High School for Time Warner's coverage of the High School Football Game of the Week. My broadcast partner once again this week is former St. Pete High head coach Jim Mewa. And Jim, we have 2 programs here this evening that are really trying to establish an identity early in this season.
Yeah, Bogie's having a little bit of trouble. They can't find any offense. They always play good defense. And Gene Gordon is trying to find some key to get some points on the board.
Gene Gordon brings Boca Ciega in with an 0-2 record, and last week a tough loss to a good Lakewood team.
Very good Lakewood team. They held Bogie to 40 yards total offense, and again, Gene Gordon is trying to figure out what's wrong with his offense.
Young sophomore quarterback Nick Spearman, he'll need to mature as he's getting battle-tested on the field.
He's only completing about 36% of his passes, but he's in a power I offense, which doesn't require him to do a whole lot. So he's going to be tested tonight.
Defensively, Boca Ciega always has outstanding linebackers. This year, no exception. Luke Farmer, the leader.
Luke Farmer, 6'2", about 230, will come up and hit you. Quiet kid, but is all over the field. He is the hub of that defense.
Sam Roper brings Seminole in with a 1-1 record. Big victory last week against Leto.
After the Pinellas Park loss, it was really surprising. Leto 28, I think 12, and they really jacked it up.
Jason Daugherty, the senior running back, scored a couple of touchdowns last week. He'll be a key this evening.
He will play both ways. He will do a little bit of everything. Tough kid, hard to bring down. You've got to knock him down.
They also have an outstanding middle linebacker, Dan Maxey, all over the field last week.
Strong kid. Throws a shot put about 55 feet. Will hit you all over the field. He's got a brother that also is a good football player.
Boca Ciega taking on Seminole. We'll have the kickoff for you next, right here on Channel 7. Welcome back to Seminole High School for Time Warner's Game of the Week between Seminole and Boca Ciega. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Gulf Shore Sports Store, the oldest sporting goods store in Pinellas County, serving all of us since 1926. Let's get down to referee Jerry Simpson for the opening coin toss.
Mr. William Simpson is your line judge, and Mr. Cohn is the clock operator in the press box. Gentlemen, the clock here is official. We've had problems with it. In the event that it fails, we will stop the game. We'll bring it down on the field, and at that time we'll tell you that it's been held on the field. Okay? You gonna talk? Okay. Silver dollar. President's head is the heads. This is the tails. Okay? Call it in the air loud enough for the other officials to hear it. If I drop it, we'll pick her up and do her again. You ready to go? Okay. Heads he calls, gentlemen. That is a tails. You have won the toss. You're going to receive. You will have the choice the second half. Which goal do you want to kick from? Okay, you want to kick. Okay, you want to kick this way. Put your backs over there, gentlemen. We'll give them the signals and get rolling. Orange wins the toss. Shake hands, gentlemen. As soon as everybody's on the field, let's do it.
Your officiating crew for tonight's contest, the referee is Jerry Simpson. The umpire is Dick McCreary. The head linesman is Tom Shutt. The line judge, Bill Simpson. The back judge is John Slaughter. And up here next to us in the press box, the electric clock operator is Phil Cohn. The statistical matchup for tonight's contest, and Jim, you take a look at it, fairly even, although the scoring Boca Ciega way down.
It's lopsided offensively. Seminole has finally kicked it in gear, and they're averaging a good 245 yards, 47 yards per game. And the Bogie still has not found their offense. They're in a power I. It's a conservative offense, and they really have not generated anything.
Young sophomore quarterback Nick Spearman getting only his third start. He'll need to establish some kind of a passing game, or teams are going to just line up at the line of scrimmage looking for the Bogie running game as the Seminole Warhawks now come out onto the field. Seminole comes in again with a 1-1 record. Lost to Pinellas Park in a disappointing opening day, lost 45-16, and then last week rebounded against Leto with a 28-12 victory. Sam Roper, in his 12th year as the Warhawks coach, comes in with a 38-74 overall record. And a man who's shown a lot of consistency here at Seminole over the years.
And that record's a little misleading right there, because he's played the best people in this area. He's had to go below the bridge, play the Manatees, the Sarasotas, and play them well. He does an excellent job here at Seminole High School.
In District 6A7, and the largest enrollment, a tough district to play in this year and also last year. Sam getting the troops ready here on the near sideline.
Sam's having a little trouble. His numbers are a little down. His roster shows 32, and it's really difficult in the 6A school to have 32 football players.
Indeed it is. Gene Gordon on the other side in his third year as the Pirates head coach, 11-11 overall. Man who took over for John Bowen, and trying to again get the young program back and going in the right direction.
Interesting matchup. He's a former assistant to Sam Roper here at Seminole High School. They played football together at Clearwater High School.
So they go back a long way. He's the man, Gordon, responsible for getting the kicker and tight end Rob Lindblanovitz for Seminole out to play football. He was a soccer player, and now he will be going against his old mentor. Lindblanovitz with an injury. We don't know if he's just going to kick this evening or if he will also line up at his tight end position. That remains to be seen. Seminole will receive the kick. They'll have twin safeties. Number 20 is Antoine Wills, and number 22 is Dion Brown. The kicker for Boca Ciega is 57 Ryan Johnson, the senior.
What do you want to do? Offense, defense? I got defense. 57. He's got Ryan Johnson, fifth ball for Pirates.
And we do have a clock at least working now anyway. We did not have one last week. They had some problems with the clock earlier, so we'll see what develops. Short kick. It's going to hit, and a good job of picking it up on the bounce by Antoine Wills. Wills with a good move, and he gets out across the 35. So that was a good job there, Jim, to start with. The young guy coming up and catching the ball aggressively on the bounce and making a good return out of it.
The problem that Seminole has a lot is they don't have speed, but they do have Brown, they do have Wills, and that was a 16-yard return.
The offensive unit for the Seminole Warhawks. Brent Graves is the quarterback. Willie Hostin and Jason Daugherty, the running backs. The receivers are John Beretta, Keith Powers, and Frank Wintrich. The offensive line, Jay Kaluga, Bobby Garrett, Ryan Barr, Dan Maxey, and Chris Barry. 1st and 10 from their 36 with split backs. They'll send a man in motion. On the counter action, number 20, Antoine Wills, the junior, picks up a couple of yards.
Going against that 4-4 Bogie defense, and you've got to run right at it. Pretty hard to run away from it. Defensively, for Bogie, you've got Fisher, McNorton, Andrews, and Huntley down. The linebackers, Jordan, Farmer, McKinnon, and Starling at those linebackers. Corners, Newsom, Coley, and the free safety, Baber, Robert.
They'll give him a gain of about 3. It's 2nd down and 7. This time the backs line up in the I formation. Keith Powers in motion. Play action for Graves. To the outside, has a man, and a good hook up. That's number 10, Frank Wintrich, and he gets a 1st down. So a little rollout this way, hooking up with Wintrich for good yardage.
They had a little problem last week and the week before with pass blocking, so they changed their blocking schemes around. Get the quarterback on the outside, give him a little room, a little better vision to one side of the field.
1st down out to the 48. It was a gain of 8 on the play, on the 2nd and 7 play. Wintrich, the junior, with the reception. This time they will split the backs on the straight dive play. 22, Dion Brown is stuffed. He maybe got a yard, but that was it.
Luke Farmer right up inside, and Charles McKinnon, the 2 linebackers, stuffed it right away. Straight dive, nothing fancy, little option look.
Those are tough linebackers, Jim. McKinnon going into 5'11", 200, and Farmer 6'2", 230, two veteran seniors. They gave him a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9. They'll send a wide slot to the left. Hand the ball off left side. Again, nothing there. That was Willie Hostin, the junior running back. Maybe picks up a yard.
Good job by Ron Fisher, the right defensive end, to slow down the runner.
Willie Hostin, the 5'8", 155-pound junior, picking up a yard. That is it. 3rd down now and 8. The ball right at the midfield stripe. They'll send twin receivers to either side. The lone back will be Hostin behind Brent Graves on 3rd and 8. Straight back Graves with some time. Looking, has Wintrich again, and Wintrich will be just short of the 1st down. Hooked up just short of the marker, and a good hit coming up from the secondary, keeping him from getting to the sticks.
Good job by Graves to look away from where he was throwing the football. That allowed the receiver to run the hook. Here he looks away to the right, comes back. Good throw. He's got to step into it just a little bit. Just a little short. That receiver has to know where the 1st down is.
And it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down and 1. The ball is at the 44-yard line of Boca Ciega. They need to get to the 43. Full house backfield with 2 tight ends. 2nd man threw the ball on the ground, and he did not get there. I think he may have recovered the fumble, but Boca Ciega will turn them back on downs, and they will take over.
Tough call for Sam Roper right there. Just execution was just awful.
Willie Hostin, the sophomore, the junior running back, never got the ball cleanly from Brent Graves. Went on the ground. Hostin recovered it, but he did not pick up the 1st down yardage. So the Pirates of Boca Ciega will take over. Nick Spearman, the sophomore quarterback, wearing number 19, will bring them up over center. They'll line up in a power I formation. Straight back Spearman looking for the little hook pattern. Hook and lateral play right from the get-go. And it's a good play. Number 20 ends up with the ball, Antonio Newman. And they pick up good yardage down to the 38 of Seminole.
I think Coach Gene Gordon is going to open it up a little bit. First play looks good. The power I is a conservative offense. And you throw the little hook and just a little lateral out there. 3-step drop, gets it out there quickly. Good toss, and maybe a little bit high, and a good 18-yard gain.
That was Steve Roberts, 17, the junior, on the reception. Tossing the ball to Newton. Running the belly play. This is Spearman keeping the ball himself on the option. He picks up good yardage on 1st down. They'll give him about 7 down to the 31.
He's not lightning fast, but he's got quick feet, rides the fullback, gets right in behind him, picks up good positive yardage.
The offensive unit. Spearman and the quarterback, Antonio Newton, Tony Brown and Jervon Newton, the running backs, Steve Roberts and Rob Andrews, the receivers, Elton Scott, Ryan Johnson, Blaze Mazzola, Eric Becker, and Demetrius Davis, your offensive front. 2nd down, we'll call it a long 3. Again, the power I formation with a receiver to the right side of the formation. Straight back Spearman looking as his man. For a 1st down, hooks up with number 80, Darrell Nash, the junior wide receiver.
Good idea. You've got a one-on-one situation on the outside. You've got a 4-3 defense. Everyone's packed inside against that power I. One-on-one, if you can throw it. The Warhawk defense. Get a good look at it right here. Grant at the end, the tackle, Barry, Colaga, the big guy at the other tackle, Chandler at the end. The linebackers, Power, Maxey, and Wintrich. Defensive backs, Burrito, Brown, Hostin, and Darty.
Give the ball to 32 off the right side, and nothing there. The ball is on the ground. 32, Jervon Newton on the carry. It looks like Boca Ciega has come up with it. Picks up 1 yard to set up 2nd down and 9.
Now the coaches hope getting into the 3rd ball game that you've eliminated the nerves. You don't put the ball on the ground. You don't turn it over. And that's been a problem both for the Warhawks and the Pirates.
So a lot of fumbles last week. You see Spearman's numbers on the year.
71 yards, a bad 37% of his completions. He's looking good tonight, though.
2 for 2 so far this evening in this first drive. 2nd down and 9, and a dead ball infraction before the play got underway. Wait for referee Jerry Simpson. Gives us the false start indication.
False start.
So just when Bogie looked like they were moving the football, they're going to be facing now a 2nd down and 14. This tough situation for a young quarterback and a learning offense.
And I'm just surprised that they've opened it up this early, but the young man looks good.
They'll send a receiver out to this side. Preston Ford, another dead ball infraction.
Have a dead ball, encroachment on the offense, 5 yards.
Encroachment on the offense before they basically almost even lined up. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 19. The ball marked back to the 35.
I'm sure getting Gene Gordon to call a timeout, trying to get his troops together.
Timeout is called. It's going to be 2nd down and 19. 6:13 remaining in a scoreless first quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Brian Uggs, Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole High School. 6:13 remaining in a scoreless first quarter. Boca Ciega facing a 2nd down and 19 from the Seminole 36. Ball almost intercepted right through the hands of 22 Dion Brown.
Little variation in the offense that time with just a twin to left and straight eye, and you're absolutely right. Didn't get his feet set. That slant is tough. You're throwing into safety territory.
Boca Ciega, which had a very good drive going, had 2 penalties, moved them back, and now they are facing a 3rd down and 19 from the 35.
Mike Perling calls that defense for the Warhawks, does a good job. He's been around Pinellas County for a long time, likes that 4-3 defense.
Power I formation. They're going to give a straight hand off to Newton. Newton trying to get to the outside. Bounces off of a couple tackles. Newton down the sideline. Newton will have a 1st down inside the 10. Tremendous running by 32 Jervon Newton, a 213-pound junior.
Another big kid. Good 28-yard run. Just a power sweep to the left. The little defensive backs are going to have trouble with the big backs like this. He'll lower the shoulder, get underneath. They're going to have to cut the feet out. Good leg drive, bounces off. He's put that football away. Good run.
3rd and 19. He picks up 28 out of the power I, running over multiple defenders. Spearman now trying to get his offense set. 1st and goal from about the 8. Give the ball to Newton again, trying to get outside. Newton near the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Jervon Newton takes it 8 yards through the Seminole defense for the Boca Ciega touchdown.
Interesting formation. Power left, unbalanced left, power right, sweep to the outside. There's your unbalanced line. Power right. Newton almost fumbles the football, has the speed to get outside, and has the agility to cut back to the goal line. Good effort.
99, Brad Powell on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, it is low, but it is through. 5:17 remaining in the first quarter. The Pirates strike first, and they lead it by the score of 7-0. We'll take a break. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Back at Seminole High School, Boca Ciega striking first. Nice kickoff into the end zone. Automatic touchback as 57 Ryan Johnson gets all of that kickoff. And Jim, as an ex-coach, you love to see that in high school football, making the opposition start from their own 20 after you score a touchdown.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. When you get that run back to the 35, it puts your defense in a bad situation.
Nice kickoff there. And that last drive, so Jervon Newton take it in from 8 yards out. Brian Unks, Jim Miwa back with you at Seminole High School. Hope you're enjoying Time Warner's coverage of the high school football game of the week. Seminole splits the backs, and not sure what happened there. All kinds of confusion. I do not see a flag on the field. Maybe the center snapped the ball earlier than anyone anticipated, and 7 Brent Graves paid for it.
I think the ball went on the ground. He picked it right back up. Nowhere to go.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13. Take another look at it.
I think you're right. It was an early snap. Ball hit the ground. Graves did a good job of just picking it back up.
And that was a great job of saving possession for his team, the 5'11", 170-pound senior. Sent twin receivers to either side. Graves straight back to pass with some time on the out pattern, overthrown, trying to get it out to 84 Thomas Carey. Ball just sailed on him a little bit.
Just a little out pattern, and the receiver was wide open, just not setting his feet and bringing the ball down.
And now Seminole facing 3rd down and 13, so not the start that Coach Sam Roper wanted for his Warhawks, who bounced back with an impressive victory last week against Lato after a disappointing loss to Pinellas Park on opening night.
Tough place to throw the football.
And he's going to send 5 receivers and no backs now behind Brent Graves. Sends a man in motion, 4 receivers to the left side. He'll roll it that way. Graves firing deep, and the ball will go out of bounds, and there is a flag on the play, and we may have defensive pass interference called against Boca Ciega, which will be a break for Seminole.
We did see a bump out there. Tough pass for a right-hander to roll left.
And they're going to call it against the offense. So it went against Seminole. So Seminole right now having its problems early in this contest.
Good roll on the outside, gets his shoulder square. He does float the ball up. Oh, whoa, tough call.
Yeah, it may not have been called in there. It may have been called more across the middle of the field.
I think we may have had offsetting penalties there.
4th and 13 back from the original spot. There will be a punting situation. Loss of down situation. An incomplete pass, maybe it was refused. I think it's the situation, and the dead ball infraction before the snap on the punt. So a lot of penalties early in this contest. 4:26 remaining.
An offensive lineman who's just a little too eager to get downfield.
Now it's going to be 4th and 18. Punting from his end zone. Roblin Blanovitz.
Bill!
William Hastings actually punting, and he does not get this one very well at all. And they'll line it up. And it'll go out of bounds at the 26.
Great field position for the Pirates. See, Sam Roper is just extremely upset. I don't blame him.
9-yard punt. That's the backup punter, William Hastings. When Blanovitz, the normal punter, he's had a bicep problem and not able to punt, apparently. 1st and 10 for Bogie from the 26-yard line of Seminole. Straight back Spearman on that out pattern right through the hands of the receiver, Preston Ford, number 25.
Good throw by Spearman. Preston Ford has to go up and catch that football. I like the idea, getting into power I, throwing the ball out there one-on-one with the receiver.
2nd and 10. Bogie holding on to the 7-0 lead. Spearman 2 for 4 for 23 yards early in this one. Again, the power I formation. Play action Spearman. Floating one, man in the end zone. Touchdown, Boca. Ciega. Antonio Newton with a fine catch. And a great throw by the sophomore quarterback, Nick Spearman.
Good cross action in the backfield, froze the corner, let the receiver get down the field. Good play action by Spearman. Hides the ball, sets up, getting hit, gets the ball up. Very catchable throw.
And the nice play action on 2nd and 10. Jim set the play up. Brad Rowell on to attempt his second extra point. This one is wide left, and with 4:07 left in the first quarter, the score is now Boca Ciega 13 and Seminole nothing. Back at Seminole High School, Boca Ciega striking early and often leads at 13-0 over a stunned Seminole squad. 4:07 left in the first quarter. This is Antoine Wills trying to get to the outside, run down from behind. Good downfield special teams play. Robert Baber, the first man there, number 5.
Showed good speed getting down the field.
And that even better than the kickoff going in the end zone. The kicker again got it deep, this time Jim inside the 5, and great special teams play by the Pirates.
Sam Roper has to be wondering what's going on. He's in the hole for the third time in a row.
Credit that Bogie kicker, Ryan Johnson, 57, with another fine kickoff after a touchdown, pinning Seminole deep in their territory. They'll start. We'll call it from their 13. I formation, they'll send a man in motion, Keith Powers. Graves on play action, dumps it out and through the hands of Frank Wintrich. A little behind him, but a catchable football, and the junior couldn't find the handle.
Good pressure put on the quarterback that time. Alan Hamley, 6'2", 175-pound senior.
2nd down and 10 is that last scoring drive. 2 plays, 26 yards, all of 13 seconds. Newton with a 26-yard touchdown reception from sophomore Nick Spearman. That's Antonio Newton. Twin receivers to either side, straight back and hooking up on the out pattern. We have John Barreto, and Barreto, a nice little move after the catch, gets back, picks up about 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Coach Joe Fabrizio calls the offense over there, and he knows how to handle that 4-4. You take that 4-4 and you split out the 2 twin receivers on either side, and it's difficult for them to cover.
It's a 3rd down and 1 for Seminole from their, call it their 23, and they get to the 24 again. The twin receivers to either side. The lone back is Willie Hostin. Hostin with the carry, and he'll pick up the first down yardage as he gets across the 25. So Seminole picks up a first down to keep this drive alive and give them a little bit of breathing room anyway, Jim, off their own goal line.
Good idea again by Fabrizio. Double twins, spread out the linebackers, hit it right up inside.
1st and 10 from their own 26 again. They'll have a slot and the receivers on either side. The lone back is Wills. Straight back, hooking up again for a little gain. John Barreto once again on the reception. He'll pick up about 5 yards.
Good setup by Graves, good throw.
So right now we're seeing a controlled passing game, almost like a running game, to get them off the shadow of their goal line.
Again, that 4-4 defense puts 8 people right up in the box, and you have to spread them out. Hard to run up there against Farmer and Jordan.
2 fine linebackers in there, and Javon Newton also in that mix. The lone back is Hostin behind Graves. On the draw play, hit in the backfield and spun down. Luke Farmer, 44, the first man there, and he had help from his friends.
Not a very well-designed play. Graves gave it away right away, put the ball up, then back down. 7-yard loss.
So Alex Hunley also in there with Luke Farmer, 6'2", 230. Good-looking senior linebacker. He will play on Saturday somewhere in the near future.
And from what I understand, he has excellent grades, and that will help him get Division I.
Timeout has been called with 1:29 remaining in the first quarter. Seminole takes a break. We'll take a break also. 13-0. The Pirates lead it. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Brian Uggs, Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole High School. Boca Ciega leading at 13-0, and Seminole facing a 3rd down and 11.
Surprising, Seminole has allowed only 6 total points in the first quarter. In 2 games, they've given up 13 already.
Ball on the ground. There was some early movement. Graves alertly again falls on it, and right now Jim Seminole not in sync at all.
Seminole looks absolutely flat right now, Brian. Had a nice victory last week, and you would think they would come in fired up to get another one.
They had a man moving early on the flank also. The ball snapped and fumbled and just not getting anything going. William Hastings once again in punt formation for Seminole. High snap, hauls it in. Low punt. Will hit just past midfield, picked up on one bounce. This is number 20, Antonio Newton, to the outside with running room. Newton down that right sideline, still on his feet, and finally gang tackled at the Seminole 35. But once again, excellent field position for the Boca Ciega Pirates to start another drive. 23-yard punt return by Antonio Newton.
And you definitely can see the difference in overall team speed between Bogie and Seminole. Good pickup right here, gets to the outside, has the speed to turn it on. Good block on the outside.
Back to the live action, 1st and 10 from the Seminole 35, first man through. That's your fullback, Jervon Newton. Actually, that was number 8, Tony Brown, running the ball, the 5'9", 167-pound sophomore. He picks up about 5 yards.
Linebacker Dan Maxey in on that hit, 6 foot, 220 pounds.
Well, he made a lot of plays last week against Leto, did Maxey. 2nd down and 5. Again, the power I formation behind the sophomore Spearman. Gives the ball again to Brown with running room, has a 1st down. And right now, just carving out big yardage on every play are the Pirates of Boca Ciega.
As Seminole jumped into a 6-1 defense right there, you have the one inside linebacker, you run off tackle, you pick off that linebacker, you've got a nice gain.
That was the final play of the first quarter. Boca Ciega once again on the move.
Good off tackle run.
13-0, the Pirates lead it. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the game of the week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole High School. 13-0. The Pirates lead it, and they have a 1st and 10 from the Seminole 24. Again, the power I formation for Bogie. Play action, Spearman firing the ball deep, wide open, touchdown, Darrell Nash. Play action again out of the power I, and Darrell Nash, number 80, the junior, gets wide open, and again, Spearman delivering the ball on target.
They've got the cornerbacks completely out of the picture right here. Good play action, hides the ball, sets up, one-on-one again on the outside. Easy pickings right there. Darrell Nash, 5'9", 140 pounds.
22-yard pass. Kick is blocked.
No good.
As Rowell never got it up. And just into the second quarter, Boca Ciega striking once again. They now lead it by the score of 19-0. We'll take another timeout. Watching the game of the week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Back at Seminole High School, where the Pirates of Boca Ciega are stunning the Warhawks of Seminole, leading it 19-0. Ryan Johnson with a high, this time shorter kick. And the ball is covered by Antoine Wills right at the 21. And Jim, we talked about the speed of Boca Ciega, but the kicking game, the kickoffs, the punt returns have really helped the Pirates early in this contest.
No doubt about it. And you made the comment that Seminole looks out of sync. They're just not together. Even on that reception right there, the ball hit the ground. People were running into each other. Just not together yet.
Warhawks need to put something together here just into the second quarter. 11:59 remaining. Hope you're enjoying Time Warner's coverage of the high school football game of the week. Again, they'll send a wide slot to either side. The lone back is Wills behind Graves. Actually, Hostin now in a quarterback. Hostin rolling it to the right side. Hostin throwing on the run. Ball in the air, and great play there by Wintrich, the receiver, Jim, to avoid and really prevent the interception.
Hostin's got a little better speed than Graves to get on the outside. Ball tipped up in the air.
You're going to see number 10, Frank Wintrich, the receiver, become a defensive back. And he knocked that ball away from two Pirate defenders, so that may have been an interception, and another great position to start another drive for the Pirates. Second down and 10 from the Seminole 21. They'll stay with the twin receivers to either side. The lone back Wills behind Willie Hostin. Hostin straight back, under pressure, will be sacked. Coming hard off the corner, number 90, Alex Hunley.
Huntley not picked up at all. Hostin didn't see him. It was a blind side. 5-step drop. He's ready, gets hit. Lucky he didn't fumble the football.
Indeed he was. Didn't see him. Oh, and Hunley, 6'2", 170-pound senior, been very active. We've called his name on a number of plays already in this first half. Quick defensive end coming off that corner.
And again, a difference in overall team speed.
Third down and 15. And a slot to either side. On the draw play. This is number 30, Jason Doherty, and Doherty gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be third or fourth and long, make it on a punting situation for the Warhawks.
And I think that's the first time that Jason Doherty's carried the football tonight. He scored 2 TDs last week against Lato.
William Hastings, 86. Once again into punt. Antonio Newton and Steve Roberts, the twin safeties for the Pirates. Roberts fumbles the ball and Newton picks it up. Newton will try to bounce it to the outside. Now he'll cut it back to the near side. Newton with a lot of speed. And he's tripped up right at midfield. So an exciting return by Newton, who picked up the fumble. And there's going to be a flag against Seminole for a late hit.
Probably carried the ball maybe 50 yards from sideline to sideline, maybe picked up 5.
And Boca Ciega once again will have excellent field position to start this drive. After the 15-yard penalty against the Warhawks for a personal foul. Well, the total yards, it has all been Boca Ciega in this first half of action.
And here's a team that only had 40 yards total offense last week against Lakewood, and they already have 126. Amazing.
Well, they came out in that power eye and ran some early play actions to loosen up the defense, taking advantage of some one-on-one coverage and the team speed that you mentioned, Jim, and they are stunning Seminole. Down at the Warhawk 35 to start this drive. Again, the backs in the power eye formation. Two tight ends running the option play. This is Jervon Newton. He'll bounce it to the outside. This time they run him out of bounds before he could really turn that corner. They run him out at the 31.
Good job by Antoine Wills, number 20, as the lead back. Got a good block on the corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great Chrysler with his lights on.
Picked up about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6.
3-yard gain.
Excuse me, that was Antonio Newton, number 20, for the Pirates on that block. We have to give him credit.
Again, the backs in that power eye formation. Second man through is Antonio Newton. He'll try to bounce it behind Jervon Newton's block. Good team defense that time by the Warhawks, running to the football.
Good option, look inside. Now Newton's going to have to stay inside. He's got to be disciplined to get inside and not try to dip to the outside on that power option.
Willie Hostin, number 2, had some help from number 6, Keith Powers, in the double team tackle. Third down and 6. 9:14 and counting remaining in the second quarter. Boca Ciega leads it 19-0. Steve Roberts, the lone wide receiver on the left side of the formation. Spearman on play action. Firing deep, intercepted. Great defensive play by 75, Dan Maxey. He fumbles the ball, picked up by Spearman, and he will take it in for a Boca Ciega touchdown. Unbelievable turn of events. The Warhawks are shell-shocked.
Dan Maxey, number 75, inside linebacker, 230, gets up in the air, picks the ball off, looks good, doesn't look good running the ball, coughs it up. There's the throw over the top, not a bad throw. Maxey does a great job of leaving his feet. Now he needs to put the ball away, but he's not a running back. And here he gets stripped. Spearman comes, picks it up, touchdown.
That's a 23-yard run with a fumble by Nick Spearman. Brad Rowell on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Spearman. High snap, gets it down, blocked again. Maxey coming up through there, and he had some help from 22 Dion Brown. 25-0. The Pirates are leading it. 8:45 left in the second quarter. You're watching the Game of the Week on Time Warner, Channel 7. And everything's going wrong. Brian Uggs, Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole. Boca Ciega kicking off again. Another good kick by Ryan Johnson. This is Wills, Antoine Wills, out near the 34. Seminole trailing at 25-0. And Jim, what can Sam Roper do here to keep his team in this contest?
Right now, it's not preparation. You know, it's just the way the game's going right now. He's got to hope that he doesn't give up any more points. He can get on the board before halftime, or he could be out of the game.
Still has plenty of time with which to work here in the second quarter. 8:29 remaining. And their best field position really to start a drive from their own 30, just short of the 35-yard line. He'll send a slot to the short side, split the backs behind the senior quarterback, Brent Graves. He'll send a man in motion. Graves on the counter action. And a nice little run there by Dion Brown. Picks up about 4 yards. Give him a gain of 5. And they'll mark it back now. We'll call it 4.
Little counter action dive. And Dion Brown's probably one of the quickest runners on that Seminole football team.
He's a 5'8", 145-pound sophomore. Second down and 6. Split the backs. Wills and Brown behind Graves. Receiver to either side. Now Hastings comes in motion to the short side. Coming on the run, blitz. Wills breaks through there. Wills has a first down out right across the midfield stripe.
Good looking run, almost tackled in the backfield.
Antoine Wills, they came with the run blitz. There's that little counter step again. Breaks through the blitzing linebackers. And gets out across the midfield stripe. Robert Baber making the tackle. Again, they'll split the backs. 1st and 10 for Seminole from the Boca Ciega 49. Great dive. Wills, ball on the ground. I think Wills may have recovered it for Seminole.
Bogie thinks they have the football.
The referee, Jerry Simpson, says no. The wheels fell on it. He retains possession for the Warhawks.
Good stuff right up inside. Ball goes right away. Never had control of the football.
Luke Farmer there to fill the hole in a hurry on that dive play. 2nd down and 12. Backs in the I formation. Rolling to the right side is Graves, and the ball falls in between 2 receivers who neither one looked like they thought they were going to get the ball. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Hard to figure out who Graves was throwing to. Little roll out to the outside.
Graves had 2 receivers over there in the flat, one a little deeper than the other, and they both kind of turned around and looked at the ball and didn't know who it was going to. Falls incomplete. The senior 4 for 7 for 31 yards. Needs a big play here to keep this drive alive and get his team some momentum as they trail at 25-0. 3rd and 12. Slot to the wide side. Split the backs behind Graves. Straight back. Quick hitter will not get there as they come up to John Barreto. Throwing off his back foot was Graves. Barreto had to go down to a knee to catch the ball. He picks up 3 yards, and it's a 4th and long and a punting situation for the Warhawks.
Now Graves had Deion Brown on the swing on that wide open on the outside. Just didn't see him.
William Hastings, number 86, once again into punt. He's been a busy man for the Warhawks. Twin safeties again are Antonio Newsom and 17 Steve Roberts for the Pirates. I think they're too deep, Jim. I think they're respecting Hastings' leg too much. Let's see what develops here. High but short punt. And it goes out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They'll do the angle play, and actually they're going to say it went out of bounds up at the 39. So another short punt by Hastings.
Go, Train.
11-yard punt by William Hastings.
Come on, Train.
Surprising drive by Seminole. They started running the football. They looked good running the football. Got stuffed one time, went back to the pass. I think they're getting out of the run a little bit too quickly.
Pirates once again with excellent field position. Officials timeout on the field. This is the mid-quarter water break. Still here in September, very hot and humid, and they'll get some fluids back into these young athletes. And 25-0. The Warhawks trailing it. Needless to say, important for them to stop Boca Ciega on this drive.
They need to get the football, try to stick one in before half.
I invite you to join me, Mark Robinson, Rich Hollenberg, every Monday, 6 o'clock, right here on Channel 7 for the Bucks Extra Point. And Jim, they almost pulled it off last week on Denver. What do you think this week against Seattle at home?
I'll tell you, I like the running back up inside. They need to get Brooks the football, get it often, give it to the other Allstott, and let him run the ball. Got to put a plug in there for that Purdue man.
The Purdue fullback doing a good job in his rookie season. The Bucks are 2-point underdogs, though, to an 0-3 team traveling 3,000 miles. So it just shows that Las Vegas does not yet have much respect for Tony Dungy and his troops. Hopefully they'll come away with their first victory this weekend. And we'll talk about it Monday evening, 6 o'clock, right here on Channel 7. 1st and 10 for Bogie from their 39. First man through is Brown, and he'll pick up about 4 yards. Tony Brown, not big, really lining up in a fullback position, but he gets up through that hole in a hurry.
He's got good foot speed. Good idea right here. You can expect the coach for Bogie to be real conservative. 5:32 on the clock. Don't give Seminole the football. Let them score before half.
2nd down and 6. Wide receiver to the left side. Brown, Antonio Newton, Javon Newton in the power eye. This is Brown once again trying to bounce it to the outside. Good team defense that time by the Warhawks. He's gang tackled right at the 45.
Jason Doherty, the 3rd leading tackler on the football team, number 30.
That'll set up 3rd down and a long 3. Another look at it. Gang tackled there by the Warhawks. 3rd and 3. Dan Maxey, 34 tackles, leads the team That's a lot of tackles through 2 games. This is Brown once again. Brown trying to get to the corner, and he will not get there. Good job by Seminole to keep him from turning that corner. Number 30, Jason Doherty, making the final play to spin him out of bounds just short of the first down marker.
The backs from Bogie have a tendency to try to bounce it outside all the time. They've got to hit up in there, use the fullback, trying to use speed to get to the outside. Didn't work that time.
Really, number 7, Brent Graves, the quarterback, made the first play to hold him up long enough for Doherty to clean it up. Jervon Newton on to punt. And he's going to keep it, trying to run it to the outside for the first down, and he will not get there. Good job by number 30, Jason Doherty. 2 big tackles in a row by Doherty. The Warhawks have turned back the Pirates, and now they have it with excellent field position.
I have a feeling that Newton did that all on his own. The ball hit the ground. I don't think it was called. Hit the ground. He looked. He saw the wide open field to the right, and doesn't have that good a speed to get around the corner.
It's always a snap judgment for a punter. He short hopped the ball cleanly. May have had time to punt the ball, but decided to run it, and he came up short. 1st and 10 for Seminole from the Boca Ciega 46. On the counter action, drilled in the backfield. Unfortunate that he didn't fumble. That is a great hit. 46, Willie Jordan, the junior linebacker.
Had to be a busted play back there. Graves is ready to give the ball off. Here you see right here, little mix-up, little counter step by Deion Brown.
And he is fortunate he did not fumble because he got drilled by Willie Jordan. Good look at Willie. Second and 14 now. The ball back at the midfield stripe. Give the ball to Wills, and Wills hit in the backfield and spun down. Luke Farmer, the first man in there, and they're run blitzing on every play, the linebackers for the Pirates.
Really difficult that you get 8 people right up front. It's going to be difficult. You need to run right at those linebackers.
Lost another yard. It's now 3rd and 15.
If they send the linebackers and you're running dives right at them and they miss that tackle, you've got a good 15, 20-yard gain.
They split the backs with a receiver to either side. Hostin comes out to this side of the formation as a wide receiver. Graves straight back under some pressure. Firing the jump ball up for Hostin, who can't quite haul it in. The defensive back had slipped Paul Coley. Hostin had him in his fingertips and could not make the grab.
Not a bad throw by Graves. Catchable football.
Had the one-on-one coverage, tried to take advantage, little fade pattern, and almost came up with it. 4th and 15, and Hastings once again into punt with 2:26 left in the half. Time gets a much better punt. Antonio Newton fields it at his 17. Newton trying to get to the outside, and Newton with a nice return out to the 38. Finally brought down by Brent Graves. Not until he picks up 21 yards, and again the kicking game. Pirates doing a good job.
Good block by Brandon Stone, number 7, to get him an extra 15 yards. There's Stone on the block. Good move to the inside.
And Antonio Newton, the fine junior running back, 5'9", 160 pounds, with another good return. He's had 2 good punt returns in this contest. 2:11 with which to work for the Pirates. 62 yards away from the end zone, and there's another 10-yard gain on first down. This time number 2 in the game, Chris Bethune on the carry.
Bethune played a lot of football last year. For some reason, he's not playing much this year. Good play action by Spearman. I'm really impressed with the way he's handling the football.
He does handle it like a senior, does he not?
Second back throw, fake to the fullback.
You look at Chris Bethune, the young sophomore Nick Spearman, 5'11", 165 pounds. Very deceptive and very fluid with his motions there, quarterback carrying out the fakes.
When you have the three-back set and you hide the football, it's hard for the linebackers to pick it up. And they bid on the fullback right away, letting the second back go through. Rushing yards, Boca Ciega 78, Seminole only 14.
It's been all Bogie in this first half. Big plays, breaks after a Seminole interception, a fumble picked up and run in by Spearman, the quarterback. Second and very short for the Pirates. Spearman got a pass for it, and he has. There's that hook and lateral again. This is Newton. Newton down the right sideline. Goodbye. Antonio Newton is going to take that ball 48 yards for a Boca Ciega touchdown after the lateral again from Steve Roberts.
Great execution. Good curl, good pitch. Spearman delivers it right where he should. Catchable ball. Good lateral to the outside and sheer speed here. Antonio Newton.
It's actually a 52-yard hook and lateral play to Newton. Rowell on to attempt the extra point. Spearman has trouble with the snap. Now he's going to try to run for it, and he'll throw at the last second. It'll fall incomplete. 1:28 remaining in the second quarter. The Pirates now lead it by the score of 31-0. Brian Unks, Jim Mewa, back with you. Had a very stunned Seminole High School. That's right. The Boca Ciega Pirates lead at 31-0 with 1:28 left here in the first half. Johnson kicked the ball. Antoine Wills will try to get to the near sideline. He gets it out to about the 32 and takes a big hit from Sterling Newsom.
Here's a Bogie football team that scored 13 points in their first two ball games, and already they're up 31-0 in the first half. Incredible.
And they've been an aggressive offensive football team, pulling out all the stops in situations where you wouldn't expect those types of plays. I think that's very important.
3 plays, 62 yards. Time of possession, 43 seconds. Antoine Newton, 52-yard TD catch.
Gene Gordon done a great job of getting his team ready and pulling off some big plays in this first half. Brent Graves has been all over the field defensively also for the Warhawks, lines his team up. As trip receivers to the wide side, Wills the lone back, Graves straight back, looking on the out pattern, has his man, good move, and he's going to pick up a first down. Good play by John Barretto as he gets out across the 45, picks up about 16 or 15 yards, we'll call it.
Good throw by Graves, good job by Barretto to catch the ball and get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Clock stopping with 1:11 left in the first half. Graves will send 3 receivers to this side of the formation. Antoine Wills, the lone back behind him. Here comes the blitz.
Okay, that's it.
Quick pop, nice reception by Jason Daugherty. Picks up 7 yards and gets out of bounds again to stop the clock.
Against heady ball player. Jason Daugherty started out his freshman year as a starting wide receiver for Seminole. He knows how to catch that football.
5'11", 185-pound senior, having a fine senior season so far for Sam Roper and the Warhawks. Into Seminole, or into Boca Ciega territory, make that at the Pirate 47. Send 3 receivers to the short side of the formation. Daugherty, the lone receiver, to the wide side. No back set behind Graves. Straight back.
Okay, that's it.
Quick look to the outside. Has a receiver stopping the clock. Reception made by Thomas Carey, number 84.
Good looking clock management right here. 2-minute drill, moving it right down the field, getting out of bounds. Smart receivers.
Keith Powers running in with the play from the bench. Replace Carey, the man who made that reception.
You wonder when they're going to come with a little out and up, get it, jack it up the field.
Slot to this wide side, darting the lone receiver on the other side. Graves will roll it this way. Pressure from the backside, firing it down deep, and it's batted away and almost intercepted. Throw it into triple coverage. Robert Baber and Paul Coley there on the defensive end for the Pirates.
Just trying to get lucky on that play right there. I thought I saw a little contact there on the receiver, but 3 people around the football from Bogie. Tough throw going the opposite way, gets it up in the air, floats it. Should have been intercepted.
2nd down and 10 from the Boca Ciega 42. Just under 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Slot to either side. Wills the lone back. Farmer showing blitz. Now backs out of it. Graves trying to buy some time. Dumps it off for a short gain to stop the clock. Reception made by Barreto once again on the far sideline.
Excellent effort by Graves to avoid that tackler, get underneath him, complete the pass. Gutsy play right there.
What a difference a week makes right here. You can see the difference between the first week and the second week, and then tonight. Team really trying to find their identity, and right now tonight struggling. Last week, big numbers against Leto, put it all together. 3rd down and 8. The ball at the 40. Trip receivers to the short side. Blitz coming. Graves hit as he throws. Intercepted! Ball is intercepted. This is 34 with the ball. Charles McKinnon, and McKinnon's going to take it for a Boca Ciega touchdown. Charles McKinnon will return that one 65 yards for a Pirate touchdown, and Graves was hit just as he threw the football.
Lightning strikes again for the Boca Ciega Pirates. Incredible. 37 points. Good pressure. You called it. The linebackers came right away, put pressure on Graves. As he got hit, the ball went up in the air. Blindside hit, easy pick right here.
Then he takes it down the sideline. He had a host of blockers in front of him leading the way. The Pirates fired up here in the first half. Rowell on to attempt the extra point. This is the only thing that's been unsuccessful is the PAT attempts for the most part for the Pirates. This time Spearman gets it down, and Rowell gets it up and through. That's the second PAT that's been successful here in the first half. And the Pirates lead it 38-0. 35 seconds remaining in the first half. You're watching the Game of the Week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Brian Unks, Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole High School. The Pirates of Boca Ciega have had it their way here in the first half. 38-0, they lead it. Johnson with a short kickoff, and the ball fair caught by Seminoles number 58, Jason Saxon. Well, you got a statistic right there, Jim, that tells you why Bogie's leading at 38-0.
Right, Seminole has an average per play of 2 to 4. Bogie 10-1.
Great dive play, Jason Doherty. Now Seminole looks like, or make that, 32 on the carry. Brandon Wagner on the carry.
I think Sam Roper just wants to run that clock out, get in the locker room, try to figure out what happened.
Indeed, he has seen enough. He wants to regroup if he can at this point in time.
I think Coach Gene Gordon was wondering where he got all these points. He won't complain.
And he's asking, does he have to play the second half right now? Graves is going to run the ball. He's going to get popped on the last play of the first half, just trying to run that out, and he got crushed. Your score at the half, Boca Ciega 38, Seminole nothing. We'll take a break. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner's Channel 7. Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole High School, where, believe it or not, Boca Ciega leads the Warhawks 38-0. We'll take a look now at the first half highlights. And Boca Ciega, after a nice first drive, Jim gets a good 8-yard run here from Jervon Newton.
Shows good speed, bumps it to the outside, little dip to the end zone, touchdown.
Brad Rowell adds the extra point at 7-0. 8 minutes now left in the second quarter. Spearman's going to be intercepted. A great play by Dan Maxey, but he will fumble the ball, Jim, and then Spearman's going to pick it up.
Spearman sees the football, picks it up on the first bounce like a shortstop, and he's off to the end zone.
Takes it in for 23 yards out. He was hustling downfield to make a tackle. That made it 25-0. And then the hook and lateral. Spearman finds number 17, Roberts, who tosses it to Antonio Newton, and he does the rest down the right sideline.
Sheer speed down that sideline.
52 yards later, he is in the end zone. He missed the PAT. It's now 31-0. And then about a minute later, the interception here, McKinnon.
Great hit by Luke Farmer to cause that. McKinnon labors but gets into the end zone.
As you saw, Brent Graves, the senior, feel bad for him. He was popped as he tried to throw the football in the first half stats. Well, you would figure 38-0, they would look like this, Jim.
The surprising thing is that Seminole only has 9 yards rushing, and that's probably what they're going to do at halftime. They're going to forget the score, try to get their offense in gear, and try to get back into the ball game or get ready for next week.
We'll see what develops. 38-0, the Pirates lead it. We'll take a timeout and be back with second half action. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner's Channel 7. Back at Seminole High School, Boca Ciega leading at 38-0, getting set to start the second half of action. I want to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Gulf Shore Sports Store, the oldest sporting goods store in Pinellas County, serving all of us since 1926. Sam Roper, well, Jim, and what do you say in the locker room to your team that's just been totally outplayed and losing at 38-0 at the half?
I've been there, Brian, and it really makes it difficult on what to say, trying to get your kids back up. They know at 38-0 they're out of the ball game, and really difficult. You either be positive or you just really rip them.
Well, Seminole will kick off. This is Roberts. Steve Roberts, he'll try to get behind the wall on the left side. Roberts out across the 30. Roberts with a nice return gets out to about the 45 or 46, and they set up a real nice wall, the picket fence up the left side.
And again, the Pirates will start out with excellent field position. 34-yard return.
That has also been the name of this game. Field position has been all on the side of Boca Ciega, primarily, as we talked about earlier, because of their outstanding kicking game. Their kicker has done a great job. Johnson and their return teams have done a great job.
Bogie's in that first half averaged 10 yards per carry per play. Seminole only 2.1.
They'll start with that power I formation. Second man takes the pitch, Jervon Newton, and he's gang tackled to the line of scrimmage, and there is a marker on the field.
Little option look, but just didn't look good.
9, hold the spot. Okay, we're going to take him. We're going to take him back 10 from there. It'll be
Holding from the call against Boca Ciega. So it'll be first down and 20. Good team defense that time by the Warhawks, despite the penalty. Keith Powers, number 6, making the play. Dan Maxey also in there on the defensive play for the Warhawks. First and 20, so Seminole starting Boca Ciega out with negative yardage due to the penalty. Spearman keeps it on the option, takes a big hit. And gains maybe a yard.
Pretty tough kid right here on the option. Fakes to the fullback, keeps it himself. Good hit by Maxey.
There's Dan Maxey, very active last week. Tough football player. That great interception in the first half, and unfortunately for them, he fumbled the ball.
What's impressive about Maxey, too, is he's carrying a 4.0 grade point average.
So that's the ultimate in student athleticism. You can play like him and carry a perfect grade point average. Spearman, after a double fake, firing out here, has Brown. Brown popped big time back near the original line of scrimmage by the man we just talked about, Dan Maxey.
A lot of pressure on Spearman that time when he threw the football. There's the play action again, sets up. Good hit. And the Warhawks will give them the short pass underneath.
That's good coverage by a guy who goes in at 6'2", 220, being able to make a tackle on a pass play out in the flat near the sideline. Third down and 13. Bogie sends Preston Ford wide to the left. Again, the back's in the power eye. Spearman straight back. Looks like he wants to set up a screen. Swings it out to Brown on the left side. Brown. Doherty finally runs him down before he gets to the first down marker. He's run out of bounds right near the midfield stripe.
The screen was played extremely well on the outside. The corner fought off the blocker, pushed it to the outside. And Doherty, number 30, excellent defensive back, strong safety.
Fourth down and about 6, and it looks like a punting situation. And I believe this is the first punt of the evening for the Pirates. Doherty, the deep man for Seminole. Jervon Newton is the punter. Actually, I think it's his second punt. Newton with the end over end kick. Doherty will field it. Breaks through the first wave of tacklers and tripped up right at the 30-yard line. So a nice little 5-yard return, an aggressive return by Jason Doherty.
As a coach, you like that. You don't want the ball to hit the ground and lose yardage. You get positive yardage.
So the Warhawks will have their first possession of the second half, trying to get something going, starting at their own 30-yard line. We see the district that Seminole is in, and actually that is 6A, and that's a tough district.
That is, East Lake is playing good football. Hillsborough is ranked, I think, 14th in the state of Florida. They were tough last year at 10-0 going into the playoffs.
Backs in the I formation. They'll toss the ball to Doherty, needs a block, gets a pretty good kick-out block, cuts it back. Nice running by Jason Doherty, and Doherty with a first down. He picks up 13 yards on that first down effort.
Antoine Willis made the good block, but you saw a good athlete, and Doherty cutting it back to the inside.
And got a nice little lead block from number 20, Antoine Wills.
There's the block. He cuts off the block, hops over a tackler right here. Good effort.
Good feet. Like you talked earlier, he's not a speedster, but he has good vision and good feet, and not easy to knock him off stride. First and 10 for Seminole from their own 44. An official's timeout on the field. And we're ready to resume. I remind everybody to join Rich Hollenberg every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Sports Report. your source for local sports stories, highlights, and features. Winner of the 1995 Cable Ace Award for the best local sports show in the country. Split backs, 1st and 10. Bogie coming on the blitz. Doherty wrapped up and gang tackled after a gain of maybe a yard.
Ron Fisher, number 6, made the initial hit.
So, Jim, they got by the initial blitz up the middle, but the Pirates doing a good job of stringing the play out.
Good swarming defense by the Pirates. But they've been sending Farmer up inside on just about every play.
And he will get your attention, as we've talked about. Jason Doherty, 3 carries for 20 yards. We talked a couple touchdowns last week, but didn't carry the ball much in the first half, as you can see right there. 2nd down and 9. Doherty now lined up at fullback. Graves on play action under pressure, steps up, still on his feet, firing out here, and has a nice reception by Keith Powers for a Seminole 1st down to the Bogie 40.
Excellent effort by Brent Graves to avoid a tackler. I think there's a penalty also. I think it was roughing the passer afterwards. Shake the tackler, throw the pass. As he drops back, he gets a lot of pressure right here. Looks like he's going down. Good leg drive here. Good effort. Throws on the run, right on the money. And nice catch.
And that will be declined. It's not a penalty that they tack on to the end of the play. They picked up 17 yards on the play, so they refused the 15-yard penalty. The ball at the 40, and Seminole with their best drive of this contest, trailing at 38-0, their first drive of this second half. They'll split the back, send a receiver to either side. Doherty on the counter, nothing there. Runs into Farmer and company.
And again, number 44 on the blitz, guessing right.
Good-looking football player at 6'2", 230. We've said what a fine student he is also.
Here he guesses right. You're going to see him on the initial hit right here. That's number 44.
Lost a yard on the play. Half yard, we'll call it 2nd and 11. Backs in the I formation, slot to the right. Toss the ball to 22, Dion Brown. Brown with a cut up inside. Farmer there filling the hole, knocks him down at the line of scrimmage.
If they could do something with Farmer, they could move the football. He is all over the field.
And that time he showed his quickness, getting to the outside and running up there. Just let it look like the shifty, speedy sophomore Brown had some running room.
Good crack back here by the wide receiver. Looked like he was going to break a big one here. Here comes Farmer.
It's pretty good speed for a 230-pound linebacker. Have our mid-quarter water break as we have 5:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 38-0. Boca Ciega leading it over the Seminole Warhawks. Seminole will be facing a 3rd down now and 10 when we resume play. Next week, you can see a big one. Northeast at the Dixie Hollins Rebels. You can see that game on September 27th, next Friday evening, right here on Channel 7 at 10 o'clock. And then you see the repeat schedule. That's the repeat schedule for all of our games. And to me, with that, should be a very interesting contest.
That's going to be the best game, you know, in the next 2-3 weeks on the schedule. I would assume that they would both be undefeated coming in to that contest. Jerry Austin has Northeast playing extremely well, as does Todd Wilson for the Rebels.
And that, a rivalry that's developed, will be a great football game. 3rd down and 10. Twin receivers to either side. Graves straight back under heavy pressure, will be sacked. Ball on the ground. And Seminole has retained possession, but they'll be facing 4th and long. Luke Farmer stripping the ball away from Graves. The Warhawks recovering it.
The offensive coordinator, Joe Fabrizio, has got to find some way to get the pressure off Graves. They're sending the linebackers inside. There's Farmer again. They can't control Farmer.
William Hastings back once again to punt. Roberts and Antonio Newton, the twin safety, standing at their own 5. Hastings with a line drive punt. Newton fields it at the 8, fumbles it, picks it up at the 5. Dancing around, looking for some room. Newton out across the 10, and will be run out of bounds right at the 11. So again, Newton running a long distance to pick up maybe about 5 yards.
Pretty exciting runner, but the minute he stops and steps back, he's going to get hurt.
Yes, and it's a good thing for him that he was out of bounds when he did that. Kind of danced out of bounds. They'll spot it at the 12-yard line. 38-0 Boca Ciega, 4:24 remaining in the third quarter. Pirates striking early and often in this one, using their whole arsenal of weapons. Backs in the power eye behind Spearman. Spearman throwing from his own, the shadow of his own goal line. That one on the out pattern was overthrown.
Looks like Gene Gordon is going to keep it wide open even in the second half.
He was trying to get it out there to number 4, Wally Allen, the senior wide receiver.
Nick Spearman doing a real good job. 7 completions, 11 attempts, 136 yards, 3 TDs, just 1 interception.
2nd and 10. And on the option play, Spearman fumbles the ball, and Seminole has come up with it. I thought I heard a whistle, Jim, but it must have come from the band. I was ready to say there was a dead ball infraction, but they kept the play alive, and Spearman cut it up. He was hit and fumbled the ball right at the 20, and the Warhawks have come up with it.
Looked like a busted play right here. Little option. He just follows the fullback. Pretty good run, and then gets popped, stripped. Seminole football.
Travis Tyson, number 1, the senior defensive back, making the strip. Now Brent Graves will try to get his offense in the end zone for the first time this evening. Sends a slot to the right, splits the back. Darty, straight dive, right side. That's what you like to see against the blitz.
Definitely. Darty's a good runner. He can pick and choose that hole. Give it to him right up the gut.
He picks up about 6, running right at them in a hurry.
I think I would run away from Luke Farmer, number 44 also.
He's a tough man to have in the middle of that defense on the other side of the football facing your offense. 2nd down and a long 4. Backs this time in the I formation. See, the turnovers are even at 2 apiece. Graves straight back, quick drop on the out pattern. Again, the ball sails on him, trying to get it to keep Powers. Thrown high and to the outside of Powers.
Credit the linebackers again on a blitz. I'm sure Graves felt them coming and unloaded high.
And it'll now be 3rd down and a long 4. From the 15-yard line, you see Graves 8-9 for 17 with the 1 interception.
Not bad numbers, really. They just have not been able to run the football to get the pressure off him.
He has Hostin at the fullback position. Brown behind him at the tailback. Receiver to either side on 3rd and a long 4. Graves looking towards the end zone. Intercepted by Robert Baber, number 5. And he's tackled at about the 4, and the ball thrown behind the receiver right to Baber.
Yeah, throwing it over the middle, a little dangerous. You've got a chance to get the ball in the end zone, and you throw that post move, and there's that free safety.
So once again, the Pirates have turned back the Warhawks, thwarting that drive and keeping them out of the end zone. Spearman will have his backs lined up in the end zone in the power eye. The sophomore quarterback doing a fine job this evening for Gene Gordon's Pirates gives it to the first man through Brown, and Brown gets out to about the 9, picks up 5.
Okay, for a little back, he runs extremely hard up inside. Good leg drive.
5'9", 167, only a sophomore. We talked about the first half. He gets up in that hole in a hurry, and he's lining up as a fullback. As you mentioned, he runs very hard, very quick to that hole. Second down and 5. Brown and Jervon and Antonio Newton in the power eye behind Spearman. Spearman, play action, under pressure, will be sacked, ball up in the air. Jervon Newton has it, and Newton comes out to the 5. It's just going ball Boca Ciega's way.
Incredible. That couldn't have been, I don't think Spearman got rid of the football. It was just stripped. But you're right, everything going the Pirates' way. He looks like he's going to throw it down the field, scrambles, has the jersey here. No, I think he did get rid of the football.
And I think that was 31, Pat Volden, the senior linebacker, making that fine defensive play for Seminole to strip the ball there away from Nick Spearman, the sophomore quarterback. 3rd down and 9 after the 1 yard, I guess, reception you would call that by Jervon Newton. Might have been a lateral. Straight back Spearman on the pump and go, firing deep, and good coverage out there, and that's going to be offensive pass interference called against number 80 Darrell Nash. Fine coverage by 22 Dion Brown. Make that Willie Hostin number 2. That was Willie Hostin over there.
You may think that this ball is not catchable, but that doesn't apply to high school football.
That's a good point, too, Jim, because a lot of times you get those rules mixed up between the professional and the college and the high school game. People will say, well, it wasn't catchable, or what about this? But different interpretations of the rules into different levels.
We have offensive pass interference, half the distance to the goal, and loss of down.
You heard it from Jerry Simpson, half the distance and a loss of down, 4th down. 12 from the 3. Let's see now whether Seminole comes after Jervon Newton. He'll have his feet against the back line of the end zone, trying to punt this ball out of there. Hosting the deep man for Seminole. Low snap, fielded, and just gotten out of there by Jervon Newton. I don't know how. Seminole looked like they had a block. Number 6 flew through there, Keith Powers. I thought he had the angle, but Newton just got it off.
Ball never got off the ground. It was rolled back. Good hands. But Seminole will have good field position again.
You tell Jervon Newton's played a little baseball in his day. He's fielding the ball like a shortstop back there in punt formation on a couple of attempts already for the Pirates.
He may have something to say to that snapper when he gets on the sideline.
If I were to say, let's change positions and see how you like it back there in the end zone if I roll one back to you. The ball at the 27-yard line of Boca Ciega. Graves has split backs behind him. Straight back and a dead ball infraction before the play got off. The legal procedure. Going to be the call apparently against Seminole.
Have a false start on the offense, 5 yards.
This is a nightmare for Seminole. They just can't do anything right, can't get the ball in the end zone.
It's been the story of the evening, Jim. When they get the good field position, looks like they've got something going. Something always comes up and goes against them. And now they're starting 1st and 15. From the 32 of Bogie. No backs behind Graves. He has 5 receivers in this formation. Straight back, quick drop, quick hop to Darty. Nice catch down to the 20.
Outstanding catch. Ball overthrown a little bit. One-handed, left-handed catch. Makes that quarterback look good.
Good-looking senior athlete, number 30, Jason Darty.
There's your quick drop. 3, just floated up over the top. One-handed grab.
Picked up 12, got back the 5 yards plus 7 that they lost on the penalty to set up 2nd down and 3. Again, no backs, 5 receivers. Graves straight back, Looking on the post pattern, has his man, Keith Powers, and that should be a first down and goal for the Warhawks.
Good slant inside, dangerous throw. A lot of bodies inside.
At that time, he drilled it right on the numbers and had some velocity on that pass, and that was the final play of the third quarter. They'll march all the way down the other end of the field. We'll take a break. 38-0, Boca Ciega leading it. The Warhawks will have a first and goal when we resume action. You're watching the game of the week on Time Warner, Channel 7. Brian Uggs, Jim Mewa back with you at Seminole High School, getting set to start the fourth quarter of action. Hope you're enjoying Time Warner's coverage of the high school football game of the week. It's been all Boca Ciega, but the Warhawks do have a first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to get their first touchdown of the evening. You see the total yards, it's been all the Pirates. Doherty off the left side picks up a couple of yards.
And pretty conservative up inside, but Doherty's your best athlete right now on the field. Give him the football.
And certainly this Warhawk effort this evening, that man right there, Jason Doherty's giving it everything he has on both sides of the football for Sam Roper.
I think Brent Graves has played a good football game with a lot of pressure.
He has. He's been on the other side of the ball too, playing all over the field defensively, making some hits, and he's been getting hit a lot at the quarterback position. Second and goal. Ball spotted at about the 8. Backs in the I formation. Brown and Doherty. Play action, Graves.
Okay, not now.
Looking left corner, sliding grab, touchdown, Seminole. Jason Doherty coming out of the fullback position makes the sliding grab in the corner of the end zone.
Little fullback flat, executed extremely well by Graves. Doherty has excellent hands, and Sam Roper's probably saying, finally. Good catch, good diving catch by Doherty.
Here's a look at Brent Graves. Going to go for two. They'll put the ball on the left hash. Trips to the wide side. Graves rolling it that way. Graves is going to run it, and he's going to be hit and get there on the second effort for the two-point conversion. Brent Graves would not be denied on that attempt. Add two more to the tally, and the Warhawks now trail it by the score of 38-8. 11:07 remaining in this one. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner's Channel 7. Back at Seminole High School, where the Warhawks have just scored their first 8 points of this contest, just into the fourth quarter of action. That man right there, Brent Graves, with an 8-yard pass to Jason Doherty, and then he took it in to Graves on the two-point conversion for the 8 points. 9 plays, 27 yards. Took a minute 47 off the clock, capped off by the 8-yard pass from Graves to Doherty. Had a 5-yard penalty, so William Hastings will be kicking off from the 45, tries the pop-up onside kick, and it's caught by Hostin, but there's a flag, and Seminole was apparently offside. Nice kick there, though, and good execution, except they got a little bit of a jump start on it.
Exactly the way you put your fastest guys on the right-hand side. You sky the ball is free.
Never went.
I see on the defensive side there, those guys, if they call a fair catch, they can't be touched, right?
That's right. Hard for a high school player to think about that when the ball's in the air, but absolutely right.
That's why most of the time at the higher levels you see that ball dribbled on the ground and hope they get the hop, but every once in a while you'll see them try to pooch it over the up men and the deep men. So there's a little void there. That was a nice kick there by Hastings. So we'll move back to the original spot back at the 40. And we'll see whether he tries it again or whether this time he just kicks it away. He tried to cheat there and kick it off at the same spot, and they said, no, wait a minute.
Hey, it's a good try.
5 yards. Hastings, the senior, has been very busy, punting primarily this evening for Seminole. This time he kicks the more conventional onside kick. They got an opportunity. Ball loose, and they got it. Great effort, and there's Keith Powers, who's had a solid game also, getting it just before it got to the out of bounds line.
Good idea. You've got the first time you pushed it up in the air. This time you had Bogie backing up, waiting for that. You put it on the ground, and good second effort to get down on that football.
Yeah, it's two fine kicks, too, by Hastings. The first time on the pooch and the second time on the classic onside kick. Got the good top spin hop, giving his team a chance to recover it.
That takes a lot of practice. That's not as easy as you think to onside kick.
Indeed it does. That's a fine execution there from a young high school kicker. 1st and 10 from the Bogie 45 for the Warhawks. Second man throw is Brown. Brown trying to bounce it to the outside. Finally spun out of bounds at the 40 by Robert Bader.
Good hard running up inside. A little bit of arm tackling by the Pirates.
As Brown picks up about 5 yards to set up 2nd down and 5. He'll get a break. After a fine effort, the sophomore running back at 5'8", 145 pounds will be replaced by Willie Hostin, the junior. Antoine Wills lined up at the fullback position behind Graves. Graves gives it to Hostin. Hostin with running room. Hostin slides down at the 30 trying to make a cut, but he does pick up a 1st down after a gain of about 11.
And you may sit back and wonder why they're running the football. They're down 38-8, but they have to be thinking about next week. They've got to get it together. A little momentum going in at the end of the ball game. They've got East Lake next week.
Oh, plus Bogie looking for the pass also, Jim, right? So you're crossing it up and taking the yardage that they'll give you, right? 1st and 10 from the Boca Ciega 30-yard line. Farmer coming on the blitz, makes the hit just as Wills was trying to break through there.
There is a big-time linebacker hit. He put that ball carrier down on his 2nd step.
He was coming hard through the left guard center seam there and just ran right into that hole. Don't run out of too many tackles of Big Luke Farmer. 2nd down and 9. This is Hostin. Hostin trying to bounce it to the outside. Hostin tackled at the 21. Just shy of the 1st down marker. That'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Excellent cutback here. You've got a real strong pursuing defense by the Pirates. These backs have learned now to start bouncing it back against the grain.
A good look at the junior running back, defensive back, Willie Hostin. Took a couple of snaps under center at the quarterback position. Has been lined up as a wide receiver. They try to get him out there where he can do the most damage. Split the backs on 3rd down and 1. Straight dive to Hostin. Picks up the 1st down off the left side. Just inside the 20-yard line.
You know, we give Farmer a lot of credit making a lot of tackles, but in that 4-4 defense, the down linemen have to make penetration or Farmer can't get through the gaps when he shoots.
Good point. There are the guys in there picking off the offensive linemen, allowing Farmer to come up there in the hole and make all those stops. Give them some credit. 1st and 10 from the 19 for Seminole. Straight back Graves. Pumps, now he's going to keep it. And get back and maybe pick up a yard. Graves saw that there was nothing there, trying to get the quick hitter to get coverage by the Boca Ciega secondary.
And again, he's not that tall. Linebackers in his face. Hard to throw it up over the top.
He does pick up a yard at 2nd down and 9. Clock running, 7:45 and counting remaining in this contest. Seminole trailing at 38-8. This is Brown. Brown hitting the backfield and spun down. That's Good penetration by number 27, Ben Starling.
Charles McKinnon also, a lot of penetration up inside, 5'11", 200-pound senior.
I think that's been important too, Jim. You mentioned there are a couple of players, most of the time Boca Ciega, numerous players defensively around the football. Third and 11. 5 receivers, no backs behind Graves. Those trip receivers to the short side. Straight back, quick drop.
Okay, don't hit him.
Looking end zone, intercepted again by Baber. This is his second of the contest, out across the 20 and tripped up at about the 26-yard line.
Just a little floater by Graves on the outside, and too easy to pick off. There he sets up, gets a little too much air up underneath it. There's a good high interception, getting up off the ground, and pretty good return here.
A little hurdle there by Robert Baber, the fine senior, and doing a good job of playing that center field safety position this evening.
Or this play, actually.
New quarterback in the contest is number 10, John Wassmer, the other sophomore quarterback. Before they get his first playoff, there's a dead ball infraction called. There's John Wassmer, the other sophomore.
You've got a young man in there with a different count. Okay, he's a little nervous in there doing the starting count, so you're going to get a jump.
First and 15 now. Ball spotted back to the 20-yard line. Wassmer has the backs in that power I formation. Lone receiver to the wide side is Wally Allen. Wassmer on play action, rolling it to the right side. Underneath has his man. That's 84, Rob Andrews. He gets back the 5 that they lost due to the penalty and picks up 1 more to set up second down, and so they'll give him 2 more, set up second down and 8.
Good hit by Jason Doherty, number 30. Strong safety.
And officials timeout for the mid-quarter water break. 5:29 remaining in this one. It's been all Boca Ciega. They lead it 38-8. And now getting a chance, Jim, to work with the other young sophomore quarterback, John Wassmer.
Pretty good idea, because you never know when one may go down, get injured, get sick, and you need to get some experience. Coach Gordon is really high on both kids. He said they work well. They're nice kids. They're very coachable and pretty good athletes.
Here at Warhawk Stadium, and some graduates of Seminole High School. Greg Plantamura, our man, bringing you all the great graphics here. And Bob Herman, our technical director, and also a very nice guy. Bob directs a lot of our sporting events, serving as the technical director this evening. Paul Kitwood, lighting director, and the man who makes all those great sets in the studio. We got a lot of Warhawks here this evening, Jim. There's Paul up there on the top camera. Sam might not let us come back after this fiasco this evening. All his ex-graduates here giving him some bad luck. Another dead ball foul called before Wassmer could get the play started on second down and 8.
I did get a chance to talk to Sam Roper before the ball game. He was a little concerned that his people are banged up, and he never gets the same offensive unit in practice. Everyone's getting sick, getting hurt, and that's no excuse, but it is difficult to put a game plan together.
There's Sam, good looking at him in his 12th year, and we documented last week the numbers are down all over Pinellas County as the amount of players, and when you do get a few key injuries, it's hard without having a lot of quality depth. A lot of youngsters have to step in and play immediately. Second down and 13, Wassmer back, looking underneath, has his man, big hit, as again they get the ball to 84, Rob Andrews. He's popped by Maxey and also had some help from 61, Robert Munzel.
Pretty dangerous throw out in that flat. Good pop.
Rob Andrews.
6'3", 235 pounds.
Nice target there from that tight end position. You have to throw it over the middle. You want to throw it to a guy with that kind of size. 3rd and 11. Wasmer straight back, under pressure, and he will go down. Jason Darty, the first man there, had some help from Pat Bolden. 67, Jay Kaluga also in there.
I could tell Mr. Wassman, welcome to high school football. Probably didn't get much playing time in the first 2 ball games.
And that was Pat Bolden all the way, 31, and Jay Kaluga there, all 6'5" and 340 of him there, cleaning the play up. Jervon Newton into punt. Willie Hostin standing right at midfield awaiting the kick.
It's gone, gentlemen, it's gone.
Low punt, hits at midfield. Hostin takes it on 1 bounce. Gets to the near sideline and run out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line.
Looking at Jay Kaluga at 6'5", 340 pounds. He's already had a couple people offer him scholarships and ask for a commitment just on that size alone. And he has some strength. He can throw that shot put about 55 feet.
Pretty quick right now. He's nursing a little bit of a knee, and Sam Roper feels he could be a real force if he lost maybe about 30, 40 pounds, got down to about the 300-pound level at 6'5", and bulked up a little bit, but feels he's going to be a fine prospect. Graves gives the ball. 32, Brandon Wagner gets his first carry, the junior running back.
Back to Kaluga, he bench presses 225 pounds 21 times. That's the way the colleges are now looking at strength. Instead of the 1 bench press super lift, they want to see how many times you can take 225, and 21 times is incredible for a high school kid.
And that's a durability thing, is it not, Jim? Because you get pounded on every play in the trenches, and they want to see how you stand up, right?
Right, there's more than 1 play in a football game. 21 times is incredible.
That is phenomenal for a high school kid. 33 with the football, Jeremy Arcand, and Arcand with a nice run picks up a first down to the Boca Ciega 30. So some fresh running backs getting some carries here.
Good idea to get the young kids in there. They practice all week, and they deserve to get in the ball game. The game's out of reach. Let them play.
Nice gain by the junior. Listed as a wide receiver, but playing some running back right now. Got up through the hole quickly, picked up the first down. Yardage just inside the 30. McCann and Wagner, the split running backs behind Graves. This is Wagner on the short side. And gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard. That is it. Gang tackle right there. Charles McKinnon, the man who made the interception and returned it 58 yards for a touchdown, the first man in on the tackle.
And you see Bogie getting into reserves also. Good idea for Coach Gordon.
Gene Gordon had his team ready to play this evening. Good scheme, and they came out and executed it well. This is Arcand off the left side. Inside now of a minute and a half remaining in the contest. The Warhawks will be facing a 3rd down and 6.
Coach Gene Gordon is the offensive coordinator. He calls the plays from the sideline.
Last week's heroes, Frank Roach, Anthony Sneed from Dixie, Dorian Speaker, Northeast, Lateef Austin from Tarpon, Leod Granger from Lakewood, Doug Mitchum at Countryside, and Steve Shine in our game from Pinellas Park. 200-plus total yards and a couple of touchdowns. Congratulations to all those fine athletes. 3rd and 6, Arcand. Tackled, nice tackle there, bringing him down one-on-one. 27, Ben Starling. Fourth down and 5. This should be the final play of the contest, barring a timeout. You see the clock running down. Graves with the backs in the I formation. On play action, rolling it to the left side.
Okay, that's it.
Firing, and it'll fall incomplete. He was under heavy pressure. He could not get it out there to his intended receiver, Thomas Carey. And Boca Ciega will take over with 5 seconds left in this contest on the incomplete pass and the change of possession.
Spearman and Antoine Newton, 2 TDs on the night.
The guy's doing a good job. Antonio Newton and Nick Spearman, the young sophomore quarterback, doing a great job this evening for Boca Ciega. Pirates now trying to get some new people on the field, and they've had to call a timeout. Gene Gordon trying to get some of his, as you mentioned, fresh people, and just get them a snap anyway here. Like some of the young linemen in there.
Got mom and dad in the stands. You want to please keep them happy.
As you talked about, the numbers being down, kids come and they practice and get them an opportunity to get in the game. So it's been all Boca Ciega this evening. Well, got everybody in just to go into a prevent offensive formation as they've got number 2,
and
Chris Bethune.
The quarterback will take a knee.
And that's what he does is Wasmer goes back, takes a knee, and this ball game is over. Boca Ciega wins it 38-8. We will take a timeout and be back with our post-game show. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Time Warner's Channel 7.
We are back with our post-game report after an exciting Boca Ciega win over Seminole, 38-8. Coach, did you expect that many points?
No, not really. I wanted to score more than 14. We've only scored 14 in our first 2 games, and I was begging the kids, let's go out and score some points this game and get this thing rolling here. After putting in a new offense and everything, it's kind of hard to go out and not score because you're wondering if the kids are believing in it, So we needed to score some points so the kids would, really believe in it.
Coach, impressive game plan. A lot of play action out of that power eye.
The thing with that series is that when you're running, the power eye series and the sweeps and the option and that type of thing, is that you need to come back with that play action. And if you're running hard and you're gaining yards, then they got to respect that and they come up tough, and that does open up some areas.
Pretty impressive play by your sophomore quarterback.
Not too bad. It was not too bad at all. He did some nice things in the first half, and what I was really pleased was his play action faking, because that sells the whole package. If you're rushing it, if you don't have the courage to stay in there, then that stuff's not going to work. If you stay in there, you give the good hand fakes and stuff, you come out of there clean, you got a good opportunity to look downfield.
You told us before the ball game that your 4-4 defense is built around Luke Farmer, and he showed it tonight.
Yeah, really, we send Luke a lot, and it's a stunning attacking defense. There's nothing hidden about it. We're coming at you, and if we miss, somebody's going to get a big play, and we're kind of counting on Luke to be there for us a lot of times.
Coach, after 0-2, you were probably wondering about when you were going to get that first victory. Must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does feel great. I was telling the kids that if we beat Seminole, we beat Bradenton Southeast, because Plant City beat Southeast, and Lato beat Plant City, and Seminole beat Lato. And I said, if we beat Seminole, we beat Bradenton Southeast.
One of the nice things you said before the ball game is that you have a bunch of nice kids, and they kind of deserve this victory.
Well, I'm telling you what, we're 0-2, and I look around and, I love these kids. These kids really give me 100%. We're 0-2. They gave me the same effort as we were 0-2 when we first started out this football season. They're doing the job in the classroom. They have a lot of character. I haven't one kid on this team has not been suspended, has not been in the intervention center. I'm just very, very proud of this group of kids.
Pretty impressive group. Coach, enjoy this game. Congratulations. We'll talk to a couple of these kids. Luke Farmer, number 44, all over the field defensively. That middle linebacker in that 4-4, you played a good ball game.
Yeah, it was some of everything. I mean, the running backs, they ran hard. Offensive line blew off the ball, they made holes. Defensive line, secondary played well. Robert Baber had 2 interceptions. It could have been 3.
They had you on the go a good bit. A lot of stunts.
Yeah. We knew, you know, they're not one of the faster teams in the county, so if we got in there, we could mix things up a little bit.
You can see yourself right here on the blitz coming up inside. Good arms. Take the quarterback down, cause the fumble. Okay, we've got your down lineman. You got to talk. You can't roam and blitz without the down lineman.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about those down linemen.
Yeah, just, you know, in the huddle, we tell them their responsibility, where they're going, where I'm going, and they did a good job at it. You know, it's my plays. You know, they help out with it because they're taking man with them, and I get a hole. So they did good too.
Well, look, you had a real good ball game. You go in there with coach and you enjoy this victory.
All right, thanks a lot.
Nick Spearman, the sophomore quarterback, had a really good ball game tonight. And were you nervous going into the ball game?
I was a little nervous, but the first game I was nervous, and this game I sort of got used to it by now.
A lot of play action. Was this a little bit different in the first?
We've been doing that for a while.
Okay, I was really impressed with the way you hide the football, the way you go over top of it, and you threw well tonight.
Thanks. We've been working hard at it, practice.
Okay, buddy, congratulations, and go in there with Coach and Luke and enjoy this victory.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with a wrap-up with Brian in just a minute.
Thank you very much for your generous